Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about overcoming financial discouragement, especially when it comes to dealing with debt. It seems like more and more I'm seeing those around me in my life being affected by debt. Friends, family members, coworkers. A lot of people are opening up to me about their current situation with debt. And I just want to kind of talk about a couple ways I would approach dealing with debt from a mental standpoint. Now, I should be transparent and say that I have never been in debt. However, I would be lying if I said that debt hasn't played a huge factor in my life. Growing up from a really young age, I was overly aware of my family's financial situation, and I still remember how much stress it put on me throughout pretty much all my years of growing up. And I truly hope that not all children are like that, but I definitely was. And that's not to say that I didn't have a great childhood. My parents provided for me extremely well, and they were extremely loving to me. But yeah, I would definitely be lying if I said that debt didn't play a huge factor in my life. And debt has really kind of put me on the course to becoming who I am today and taking steps in my life to not be in that situation. So yeah, I want to talk about two things in particular that I would focus on if I were in debt right now. But guys, before I get into it, I should say that none of this is financial advice, of course. Remember, I'm just a random guy on the internet with no real qualifications. So yeah, this is not financial advice, okay? But before we get into those two things, I need to talk about step number 0 for everybody, okay? And step number 0 is really important, okay? Step number 0 is this. Taking a deep breath, okay? And not comparing yourself to others. Because we all know that comparing yourself to others can be unhealthy and unhelpful. So I really encourage you guys to be kind to yourselves and try not to put so much pressure on yourself, okay? Be kind to yourselves. All right, the two things I want to talk about today when it comes to finding ways to overcome financial discouragement are, first of all, getting organized, and second, always having a goal. These two things really comes down to this, and it's that even though maybe you can't change your financial situation as fast as tomorrow, but these two things are really about creating a base of where you're at now and creating a trajectory that is in the right direction. Because I just want to say, it doesn't matter where you're starting from right now. What really matters is putting yourself in the right direction going forward. And even if we can't change our exact situation right now, maybe the best we can do is slow it down from getting worse, and that's okay. So I just want to say, in this phase of getting out of debt in your life, it's okay if you can't make progress as fast as you want to. And sometimes it's going to seem really slow and really boring. I think we turn around in life, and it was those periods of really slow progress and when things seemed even boring, that it's those times that we really create the most progress. So yeah, it's okay if it seems slow. It's okay if you can't make life-changing strides tomorrow. But again, it's about pointing yourself in the right direction. So when it comes to getting organized, this is a huge deal because sometimes it's hard to even look at our bank accounts. And even me, I'm in a pretty good financial situation, but there are months when things don't go exactly how I would like them to go. And it can be discouraging to even want to open my bank account and be like, oh yeah, wasn't able to save very much this month. But if you're organized, it can help get over that strain for your mind when it comes to looking at what your situation really is. So yes, I really highly encourage everyone to sit down with yourself and do everything you can to just get organized. Okay, when it comes to creating a goal, it's really good to know exactly how much money you have, even if it's not in the positive. Now, you don't want to dwell on this in a negative way, but progress comes from being able to measure where you're at. Like I said before, it's about creating that base level of where you're at now. Because once you know where you're at, you can start to get better and better. And even if you can't get better right now or as fast as you want, you can at least slow it down from getting worse. We have a video called You Must Master Delayed Gratification, which really is about putting off things that you don't need and are just wants, and prioritize pointing yourself in the right direction in life. I'm going to keep saying it. I know I've said this before, but it can be a slow process. It can be a boring process. But it's in those slow and boring periods of life that you turn around and realize you made the most progress. To sum everything up, guys, take a deep breath. Don't compare yourself to others. Be kind to yourself. Get organized. Create a goal. And it's okay if it doesn't go as fast as you want it to. It's okay if it seems a little bit boring and slow, but create a baseline of where you're at now. And if you can't make things better right away, you can at least focus on what you can do to at least slow it down from getting worse. And eventually, things will start getting better. And right now, compound interest might be your enemy, but if you just keep on the path, someday compound interest is going to be your best friend. So before I end this video, I just want to say if you're in debt, you are not alone. So many people are struggling with debt. I just want to encourage you that this journey to becoming debt-free is so worth it, and you're doing awesome, okay? You guys are all doing, if you're in debt right now and working to get out of debt, you are doing awesome. You're putting yourself in the right direction. I'm here to motivate you guys. But most of all, life isn't all about money. Be kind to yourselves, guys. I'm going to keep saying it. Be kind to yourselves. Things will eventually get better. So you guys are awesome. I don't know if this message was for everybody, but if you liked it, I thank you for watching. I really appreciate everyone who leaves likes and comments on my videos, and a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed. You guys are amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video.